What the fuck are you doing?
Happy birthday to Mew. Happy birthday to Mew. Happy birthday, Zer0 and Legend. Happy birthday to Mew.
That's 2 days late, but...
That's 2 days late for Ricari, and that's 9 days early for me.
Fuck it. This is the closest we're gonna get to either of you getting your birthdays on the podcast. So,
Well, and you kind of forgot something.
What did I forget?
You got hurt.
I forgot Moosey's birthday? Oh, shit!
Don't worry, it's like in 5 days, don't worry about it.
Therefore, you must commit seppuku.
Hey, no seppukus.
No, we don't want...
Okay, to be fair, I did not know about Moosey's birthday. I just knew about you two guys.
Alrighty then, well, I guess we can consider this the birthday podcast, and Legend's currently trying to fight a monster in Bloodborne while we're doing this.
Yeah, mine's Thursday.
Yeah, mine's on Monday. No, on a Monday anyway. Anywho's well, I guess we should go
Welcome to Legend Hunters podcast,
where shenanigans are the name of the game.
Alright.
It's funny you should mention that. I've actually been doing some research into fighting game terms, and I now know what shenanigans means for fighting games.
Okay, what is the fighting game definition of shenanigans then?
Complete and utter horse shit.
Well, you are fighting a horse. And Legend just died to Ludwig the Accursed.
We've been having Bloodborne on the brain all week.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And I've been digging into Dark Souls 3.
And how's that been going for you?
I am a shameful disgrace.
Yes, if I recall right, you keep losing.
No. I'll say it. This is my own shame. I will own it. I died and am currently stuck at the Deacons of the Deep.
You're stuck on the Deacons of the Deep?
Yes! Somehow, I'm sucking in that fight!
Which is a boss that you can cheese out with fucking alluring skulls.
I ran out of skulls!
Wow, Legend.
Well, here's another little fighting game term for you. It's called the matchup. I have a very poor matchup against that particular boss due to the fact that I rely on a mix of magic and physical attacks.
Yeah.
And because I have such low stats in both and have been relying on them concurrently, they're overall not doing as much damage due to the higher magic defense of the boss.
Yeah, I would imagine that would stink.
Oh yeah, and let's also add the fact that if you take too long in taking down the bosses, they curse you. Which is an insta-kill.
Yeah.
I have been shamefully dying to the insta-kill. Ah! Anyway.
So other than that, how's your week been going, Legend?
My week, for the most part, has been very, very nice. I recently completed a short story, or memoir, as you will, a little day that I recalled from my childhood. And this also involved my grandparents' place. And to boot, I recently got the great opportunity to show my grandparents, and they adored it.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. And they proceeded to make it go viral.
Really?
Yeah. We have our own little network, so once something becomes relevant, everyone shares it, and everybody knows.
So the entire Hunter clan knows of your biography.
Of you,
yeah.
Of you falling out of a tree.
It wasn't me falling out of a tree. It was about me being a dumbass. Not just the tree.
Nothing's changed then, is what you're telling us.
Are you calling me a dumbass, boy?
I'm not calling you a dumbass. I'm saying you called yourself a dumbass, and therefore everyone knows it now.
They knew it as... Well, I wasn't necessarily a dumbass. I was a bit too creative for my own good. What happened was I would find ways to do things, or would do things that I was not supposed to be doing, which were either dangerous, reckless, or all of the above.
Joy.
And as a result, I'm surprised I'm still here, but I'm not surprised that I'm brain damaged. And yeah, it was fun sharing that story with the family. And it'll be fun sharing that story with the class once we get to that. Way too many tragedies. Seriously. Don't stand behind him. Don't stand behind him.
Alright. So now I'm fighting Ludwig.
Okay, and while he's doing that, Leo, how was your week?
Could have been more eventful. You didn't do anything else, Legend? No anime, no manga?
Well, besides the fact that I am absolutely having a lot of fun going through the Shokugeki. We just finished watching the most latest episode as of right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's been loads of fun. I don't really have too much updates, too many updates. So yeah, how was your week, Leo?
I could be better. You see, stuck with a lot of school mostly. I spent the last week actually working on a paper, and then I got sick. I got sick yesterday, or Friday. That was fun. Yeah, not fun at all. But I have been actually doing some more non-school related work this time around. I started up Dark Souls 3 as well. Haven't gotten as far as Legend with the Cathedral the Deep yet. But I will say that while the overall dungeons seem to be a lot harder, the bosses are not.
I cannot speak
at least
to that.
That's my personal opinion. Vort, Bloated Greatwood, and Crystal Sage, I one-shotted all three of them.
Well, congratulations for that. I've not been so fortunate.
So, the main issue for me has been the parrying, which they completely tightened, so that way you cannot get away with parrying willy-nilly. You have to actually time your parries appropriately with the enemy attack. And I think outside of the parrying dagger, I think there's very few items you can parry and get advantage on. So it's been difficult. I've been working with a Dex Faith build, which I'm hoping to go ahead and get the kinks out of and be able to go ahead and have a lot more success with.
So you've got a particularly kinky build, is what you're telling me?
I'm sorry?
So you've got a particularly kinky build, is what you're telling me?
No, I'm working on getting the kinks out, like kinks in a rope.
I know. But the joke was there.
Maybe I should clarify that one still. But I'm just fixing the build so that way I get it to my liking.
All right.
Other things, I just recently binge watched all of Ghost in the Shell while I was sick, and so that's Standalone Complex and Second Gig.
I never really got into
which
Ghost in the
one's
Shell.
better?
By the way, sorry about that sudden yelp. I just beat Ludwig for the first time.
That's okay.
Nice. Honestly, it's hard to say. Standalone Complex has, I think, the better overarching story. But some of Second Gig's episodes are a lot more interesting, especially when they go into the backgrounds of the Major, Saito, and Pazu. So there's some interesting character developments in one versus the other. Been watching Shoku no Geki, reading the manga too. Keeping up with Mob Psycho 100. You know, just keeping up with everything that's been going on with all the animes and stuff. I think that's about it in terms of relevant stuff. I haven't done much outside of Dark Souls 3 and schoolwork, so that's about it for me.
Yeah. So comparing Dark Souls 3 to other games, like, how does it compare to all the other games that you've played, like, in terms of feel?
The best thing that I can think about is it takes everything that From Software has done and neatly categorizes it. You have the sort of I think it has a good story, kind of like Dark Souls 1. Simple but very deep in its character telling. You have the wide amount of weapons and the weapon arts that make it like Dark Souls 2, in which the combat is flavorful and exciting. You have the speed of Bloodborne, which makes it hectic and blood pulsing.
Mm-hmm. And this also transfers over to the PvP.
Yeah. I think if there's any complaints I have aside from the parrying, I think if there's any other complaints is that there's a lack of hit stun on enemies. It is a lot harder to stun enemies and do combos onto them. You have to dance around them a lot more, especially for things like the giant crab enemies in the Road to Sacrifice.
Well, all you have to do is attack their weak point for massive damage.
No, don't even start with the memes.
I already have.
The next time I want to see a crab, I want it to be salted, served up with lime and butter.
Ooh, that actually sounds kind of good at the moment.
I have a bit of a vendetta against butter right now. It betrayed me.
Really?
Yes. Inspired by Shokugeki no Soma, I've been doing more cooking.
How's that coming out for you?
I tried experimenting with walnuts.
How did that go?
I burned the butter.
How do you burn butter?
You overcook
the same way you burn coffee.
Yeah. And that ended up ruining the whole thing. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
But, hey, you live and you learn, right?
At least you didn't burn the walnuts. Nothing is worse than burned nuts.
Nobody likes roasted nuts.
Oh.
Wow, Zer0. That is a new level of
Bad
statistic.
bite.
That is a new level of statistic.
Well, sorry. You should have seen it coming.
Zer0, you're gonna have to face the wrath of pecans!
That was fucking MatPat's joke from this fucking Star Trek video.
Yes,
today.
I shamelessly stole that from that video that I just watched.
Jesus H. Christ, man. Have you no shame?
No.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Oh man.
I can think of several pancake related videos where that differs.
Speaking of shame, more Dark Souls 3 shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Dude. I didn't mean to stab you in the back while you were bowing, but I was being chased.
Having PvP moments?
Yeah. I was doing some co-op with another fellow. I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. But shout out to you, and I'm sure you enjoyed the show. I was doing some co-op in the woods. I believe on the way to Crystal Sage.
Yes.
And on the way to the Crystal Sage, there's a building with a hole that leads from the second floor down to the first. It drops you in the water right next to a really tough enemy, and you get you can get destroyed there. But the enemy wasn't the problem. I had already killed him. The problem was that the moment I fell down the hole on accident while going through this area with co-op, me being the host, I got invaded. And the Red Phantom, a human, he seemed alright. He didn't show up for a little while I was floundering around down the hole. The problem was I immediately got invaded by the computer NPC who shows up there.
Okay.
And with the blue NPC really not showing any mercy and having kicked my butt before, I decided I'm not fighting him. I'm going to rendezvous back to my buddy and see what he's up to so we can go get to the boss before we get ganked.
Okay.
So I start running through the level, and then I run and I see my buddy, the White Phantom, bowing to the Red Phantom, the human invader, with the Red Invader's back towards me. There's a blue guy getting ready to hot dog me in the ass right behind me. I am not sticking around for honor, so I threw honor out the window and just went up and backstabbed him and one-shotted him.
You have disgraced your family.
I have disgraced the game.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your firekeeper.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
Why do you dishonor the cow? The cow did nothing wrong.
No, but I certainly did. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the White Phantom was dying of laughter. Because the moment he saw me coming, I'm pretty sure that moment of realization about what was going to happen must have lit up across his face. And I know he understood why I was running when he saw the blue guy right behind me. And we both hoofed it to the boss. We could have stuck around to fight the Blue Phantom, but no, we both decided to take off to go for the boss.
Joy.
I could almost hear him going, go, 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 go. Anywho, where were we?
Well, it's
we
been...
were getting to Akari's week.
Yes, please.
Actually, I'll let Munzie go first.
Painful.
Aww. Need a hug, Moosey?
Several.
Group hug.
All right.
Hugs all around.
Been re-dealing with migraine medicine again.
Ooh.
So it's like I'm just going to end up going back on my old one.
Yeah, didn't you tell me that you're... Or wait, was that some weird medicine that you were trying to get contact with your doctor about?
Yeah, I was trying to get contact so that way I could go back on my old one.
Ah.
Now I just have to make it through about another week of pretty much nothing in my system, so that way this newer one's out of my system before I start taking my old one again.
Joy. Oh, God. I know it feels like switching medicines. It's never fun.
On the bright side, though, this gives me an excuse to not have to do too much during the day, and I can catch up on some games.
Yay, games. So, what have you been playing?
Well, I've kind of been powering through some of the new World of Warcraft expansion.
Oh, God.
I can't help it. I like my druid, okay?
I hate
She's a freaking werewolf who can turn into a cat. Come on!
Okay, werewolf? Where are cats? Where are cats? Where wolf?
I think
Cow
it's...
wolf?
What wolf?
Basically a worgen.
Why wolf?
I'm a Worgen druid.
Oh,
And the
dear
druids
God.
can turn into a bear, a cat, or the travel form, which is either like a stag or a bird. So,
So you're basically animorphs.
yes.
Jesus Christ.
And then I've been mainlining, like, Lego Force Awakens, just because it's silly.
Is that the purpose of all Lego games?
I know, that's the fun in them. Then I was powering through the last little bit of Dual Destiny, so that way I could rebeat that before the new game came out.
Remind me, are there 4 or 5 trials in that game?
Technically 5?
Well, I'm not counting the DLC.
No, I mean technically 5.
Okay. So... Oh,
Then the
great.
day before the new one, Spirit of Justice, went up for download, I finally finished that last tiny little bit that I had to go to bed before.
So now you're enjoying Spirit of Justice?
Yeah, and they're just as weird as they usually are.
I wouldn't expect anything more.
Or less?
Yeah.
They've already slipped in several pop culture references.
Oh, my
Fantastic.
God. Okay,
Like, one of which was Live Long and Prosper.
wait, what?
Yes. They make
Phoenix
a
is
Star Trek
thinking
joke.
to himself, hey, I want to live long and prosper too.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Of freaking course.
And they've made a couple of, if you didn't know what they were, you wouldn't catch them, song references.
of course, knowing you and Akari, aka the music buffs, you probably would catch them.
And I was like, oh god. Really? And I'm only in the first case.
There better not be sucky songs.
Wow.
You have to see it to actually get it. But they at least place them as to where they're not like just shoving them in there. It actually blends into the dialogue, which they're generally good at with these games.
Alrighty. So
That and some Tomb Raider. I'm gearing myself up because that's one of my next pre-orders that comes out is Rise of the Tomb Raider for PS4. They had delayed it a little bit because they wanted to bring that out as part of the 20-year anniversary of Tomb Raider.
Well, at least it'll give them time to patch up any bugs.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's only like a month away, so, I mean, I don't have long to wait, but...
And also, fuck you, Microsoft.
For what?
Everything.
Because they're the reasons why we had to wait for the PS4 version for a whole damn year.
Because they paid a shit ton of money to Crystal Dynamics so they could have a time span of exclusive.
Well.
So yeah.
Alright then, so...
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's Akari's turn?
Week's been kind of slow, but then again, that's the kind of thing I expected from being on a 2-week vacation.
I was about to say, I'm going to smack you if you complain about it.
I'd rather have it slow and savor the week.
Take it slow. Lay
Let's
back.
see.
Try to forget the worries of the world.
I tried to,
He
but...
complained about enough about waiting for his vacation to come. If he complained about his vacation, I was going to hit him.
No, Yami's the one who wants her vacation so bad right now.
He has a week left. She'll survive.
I know. Not much has been going on besides, well, finally exiting the 20s, entering the third decade of my life.
Yes, we let him survive.
I'm surprised actually. I thought I was gonna die by 25.
What? You were expecting Muzi or Yami to smother you in your sleep? Or poison you?
No, I thought the winter up here was gonna claim my life.
Oh, suck it up, man.
It's the zillion car. No, I'm not going to
No,
that.
see, we're still wearing shorts, and the tourists are still here, and you can tell when they're tourists, especially the closer it gets to, like, mid-September, because they're wearing, like, these big jackets and pants, and we're walking around in t-shirts and shorts.
Like, wussies.
And they're looking at us like we're insane.
Well,
And we're looking at them like wusses.
Exactly. They're both probably right.
both sides of the argument are right. Because you two are insane. And for desert rats like us...
It takes one to be able to recognize it, so...
Just the thought of going up there in nothing but a t-shirt gives me chills. That or
it's like 50-something degrees. It's fine out.
Well, yeah. Me and my dad want to go up there and like go do some like salmon fishing one of these days. But we have no idea. Well, I have no idea when would be a good time to go. To where I don't freeze my balls off.
Wait, what kind of salmon fishing?
Like king salmon?
That's, I think, in the summertime. It's like...
Yeah, I believe that's summertime, so...
I think right now it's silver season, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because... Well, yeah. I haven't really done any fishing in a long time, and I kind of want to.
Well, some people, like, what they like to do is they like to stay in our area and then drive out to the different areas to fish, like Valdez and stuff, and then come back here. They kind of make it like a home base type here.
Well, I guess maybe me and my dad will do that.
Oh, just the trip from here down to Valdez is fun in and of itself. Seeing the scenery just from all over, just nothing but mountains and grass and just whatever.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
My dad has this.
You just have to hope and pray that your traffic on the, on the highway in those, out of nowhere areas near the mountains doesn't get held up by a, herd of caribou going by.
Don't die on us, guys.
Well, what else has been going on with the week? I've been going back and playing some older, back to my 360 for some reason. Went back and started playing Scott Pilgrim again.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that to me.
Oh god, I got to the third Evil X. I was this close because he was blinking really fast, and he caught me off guard and killed me. I was like, nope, fuck this, I'm done.
I had to resist going back to my 360 because if I did, I would have started playing Mass Effect again, and I knew my Ace Attorney game was coming out, and so...
You only want one life-draining game to play at a time.
I only want one severe addiction going on at the same time.
Yeah, I had to wrench myself away from playing Monster Hunter. Just so I could start playing other games.
I don't think I've helped you, though.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I think the Conchu Commandos have kind of taken a break as well.
Yeah, several of the commandos have gone back to class, and several other commandos... well, they're either so far ahead that we're having difficulty catching up, or they're busy training new members.
Oh, joy.
Several of whom have done some very, very impressive feats, like making it through the entirety of high rank on their own. Which
reminds me, I need to get Sammy Monster Hunter generations. Problem is, apparently, the gift cards you can get for the eShop don't work in Canada.
What?
Yeah. Basically, sorry, I had a brain derp there. Yeah, because apparently one of my friends online was trying to give Sammy a gift card, and apparently it didn't work out in the end. So... balls to that.
In other words, it's a good thing that we're in the same country.
Yeah, because that gift card you gave me worked like a charm. Can't believe you guys were both going to get me Spirited Justice, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about it on Thursday, and he couldn't get the other one.
What else has been on my agenda for gaming? Oh, yeah. Thanks to Let's Play by I watched with my mother with Jacksepticeye, I got back into playing one of my favorite games from last year, Until Dawn. That's for the fact that it feels like a nostalgia trip whenever I go back to it.
It's like watching a bad B horror movie.
No, this is actually better than most horror movies nowadays. That's the funny thing.
I've seen clips. It's a bad B horror movie.
But that's what makes it fun, though.
Because you control the outcome.
So if you're really feeling vindictive, you can get pretty much everybody killed.
Yeah, but except... I don't know what it is about me, but I'm the guy who can never, almost never intentionally do the evil option.
Same here. I can never do that either. Especially there's one character named Emily. She's like a real bitch, but I could not bring myself to kill her because of one path I took with her. She actually became less of a bitch by the end of the game.
It's the one girl in high school that you just want to walk up and strangle for no apparent reason.
She's the straight A, smart student, but yet she's a bitch to everybody. Even to her own boyfriend. She's that bad. But, ugh. So yeah, I'm trying to find everything. All the clues, all the totems. And I will never forget how pissed off I was at the final ending of the game. That I threw down my PS4 controller and walked into the bathroom and closed the door and screamed my head off.
That bad? Okay, remind me, which game is this so I can avoid it?
It's Until Dawn. That's what it's called. It's done by the same people who did Little Big Planet 3.
Really?
No joke. Supermassive Games is the same people who did Little Big Planet 3. So definitely what they did is they took all the David what's-his-name games and just made it even better. And actually functioned better. Yeah, they took the concept of his games, but they did it better.
Huh.
And I would recommend it. If you're just just to see how it turns out, it's probably my favorite PS4 exclusive as of this moment, just up there with Uncharted 4.
Really?
Well, I like them both equally. Okay, I like them both equally.
Shock of all shocks.
Heathen.
What? I said I like them both equally.
Heathen.
How am I even if I like them both equally?
Because you're putting it on the same pedestal.
I like them both for different reasons, okay?
Isn't that like saying you like both Coke and Pepsi?
Yes, which I do.
Well, I kind of do too as well, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I guess it's time for
I got one more game. I got one more game to add. This is the newest addition to my list. Blizzard's Overwatch.
Oh no!
I was trying my best to resist playing this game, but thanks to Moonsy's boyfriend, who gave me a $50 gift card from GameStop, and the game being on sale, I got it anyway.
You fell to
and
the
I
addiction.
freaking love it.
You fell to.
See, I'm not a first-person shooter, so that's not the thing for me. That's why I can play Mass Effect, because you can do third person.
But the thing I love about this is that I don't have to go online against other people right away. I can stay against fight AI until I'm at the right level to go on. So I kind of blame Blizzard and I kind of blame Screw Attack for making me want to try to get this game. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a God, guys.
I also forgot to mention my re-addiction to Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, you're a fan of Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, I've been getting the manga since it first started coming out, so...
It's just that Yoshihiro Togashi takes his sweet-ass time releasing them.
Yeah, I've heard he's actually pretty goddamn awful when it comes to that.
Well, part of his problem is his health issues and stuff, so...
Yeah, and if I recall right, he's also married to the mangaka Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Nako Taka, yeah.
So she's actually done some of the drawing for him.
Yeah,
like,
I can kind of see that with some of the
different
characters.
Different little splash pages or color pages.
Yeah, I can
sometimes, every once in a while, covers and stuff she'll do for him.
Yeah, I can kind of see that with some of the character designs. Some of her influences in there.
Which is really cool, because it's a good combination of art, really, when you actually see them together.
Yeah, I suppose so. Alright, then.
Other than that, that's pretty much been my week.
Let's see. I guess it's my turn now. Really, I haven't been doing much except lazing around. I finally got my degree, finally.
Very good. Congratulations.
It's like, ah!
So now I officially am a master's of biology.
Now you need to go find a job.
Fuck off and die. Because, goddamn, trying to find a freaking job is a nightmare in this town.
Well,
trying to find a job, period, is a nightmare. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, nothing new, Zer0, nothing new.
I guess. But still. Let's see. Other than that, Legend got me back to playing Bloodborne. I'm trying to actually get through the DLC.
as we speak, no less.
Yep.
It's
And
kind of weird. I can't even do that.
Well, as you heard me screaming earlier in this podcast, I beat Lawrence, so that's good.
Lawrence? No.
Not Lawrence.
Lawrence kicked
Ludwig.
your ass.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
Ludwig.
Once you get him past his crazy beast form and into the sword form, he's actually a lot easier.
I actually do find the second form a lot easier just because of the fact that he's rational. He's a little faster with his attacks and he can double on you very quickly. And not to mention that anywhere in front of him is basically a death zone. He can basically Getsuga Tensho you unashamedly at any range.
Pretty much, yeah.
But getting to that point still is a lot more fun than freaking first stage. Ugh. And also the cutscene is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Other than that, I actually have been going through Dual Destinies as well. Thank you, Boozy, for that.
It's like every time you mention a game, you have to play it.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens.
No
I
shame
spread
in
the
that.
And
addiction.
actually, I was having an urge to go back and play Tales of Vesperia.
Vesperia?
Yeah.
The Yuri Lowell
Yeah.
version that we were banned from playing?
Well, we weren't banned. It's just that Warner Music Group was a complete and utter twat waffle.
Like I said, banned from playing.
Yeah. I'm actually considering getting one of the old episodes, reposting it in private, and see if they still copyright claim it.
Ooh, it's going to be sneaky, huh?
Well, I'm going to see if they do it, and if I do that, well, we'll see.
And if they don't stop us for that, I am more than happy to try it again.
Wonder if
I don't think that's a good idea, dude.
All right. Let's see. Other than that, as I'm derping around here in the medical area,
That doesn't sound like a place you want to be derping around.
well, everyone's in straitjackets here. I feel right at home.
Don't mind me while I lean against this cabinet full of needles.
Let's see. I really haven't been doing much else. I've kind of been lazing around like a lump on a log lately. Mainly because I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do in the game, or you don't know what to do in real life?
Both.
Well, you'll want to find the big door that says future on it.
This isn't Danganronpa, you fuck. Which actually...
L2!
But yeah, other than that, not much else has been going on for me, and let's quit fapping about and actually get to the actual news.
Faffing, or I hope you said faffing with an F.
Maybe.
No, I think we're on the completely wrong podcast for that earlier one.
Anyway.
Let's get to the news. Let's start with Pokemon.
Oh
Yay.
god, the
Boy, oh boy,
news.
we have a big Pokemon update.
Good God! And there's probably going to be another big one coming in on the day of we post this.
And there's supposed to be another bit of info coming out on the 14th. Like an announcement from Nintendo.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
So, let's see. As far as I guess to look at the news, the first thing on the list is 2 new Pokemon. The first one being called Type Null.
Yes, that is its name. It is not a new Pokemon typing confirmation. It is a normal type Pokemon wearing armor.
That you look at and go, what the hell?
It was like a genetic nightmare.
It is. It's
Well,
a
he
chimera
is a genetic
Pokemon.
nightmare.
It is literally called the synthetic Pokemon, guys.
Yep,
Oh my goodness.
it's weird.
Not to mention its name's kind of stupid. I mean, that's just my opinion, though.
Well,
Well, it's definitely an unconventional Pokemon name. Even Pokemon like Genesect and Mewtwo have legitimate names. This thing isn't even named.
it's more like some kind of freaky fabrication.
You know,
Well,
if I'm allowed to possess this Pokemon, I'm going to nickname it Typo.
You're going to nickname it Typo? Okay, that's kind of funny.
now how do you spell that out?
That would be TYP, probably either a dash or a capitalization on an O.
I think Dash O would be actually a little bit cooler.
Typo, that sounds like what... Honestly, this seems like a perfect Pokemon for me.
It's a perfect Pokepun.
Go,
I will
Typo!
admit, the design of it, I actually like how it looks. It looks really mysterious and very... It's like you can pinpoint like certain parts of it that, like, okay, it came from this, or that part came from that, basically, when you just look at it.
Yeah, it looks like
it's
it's
an
got...
amalgamation of different creatures.
And there's a little bit of a theory going around, because around its neck is a weird little collar thing that makes it look similar to Arceus, actually.
So it's the God Eater.
No, maybe
No,
it could be some...
This is humanity's vain attempt at creating God.
There we go.
God Eater.
He's not a God eater.
That's the door.
I know that's the door, but it's the wrong door because it won't open. Oh, never mind, it opens.
Derp.
Prepare for a boss fight.
Anyway, so yeah, it has the ability Battle Armor, and it's shown off using Tri Attack.
Yep.
Now, can I post a fan theory that's really batshit, but I'm pretty sure it's the most amazing thing that would ever happen?
Do tell, do tell.
This thing gets an evolution, the collar comes off, the speed of this thing Pokemon doubles, and it becomes the second Pokemon within the entire span of Pokemon to have the multi-type ability.
If it did get the multi-type ability, that would basically put it on par with the godly Arceus.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm more inclined to believe that it's not going to get an evolution so much as it's going to get a form change.
That would be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like, as you said, the armor comes off, but I think that would be more of a form change, a la Shaman or Keldeo, as opposed to a, full-on I will evolve.
Well, we don't know for sure yet, so...
And again, it's just a fan theory, but either way would be interesting.
It's just a theory.
Shut up.
Don't even start.
Aww.
A Pokemon theory.
There you go.
God darn it, Akari.
Yeah, I had to do it.
Alright.
Thank you for following me up, Akari.
Next is Jangmo-o.
Jangmo-o.
Okay,
Jangmo-o.
so right next to Ho-Oh, this is another Pokemon with an absurd pronunciation guide necessity. Fuck it, I can't say its name.
This is our pseudo legendary, guys. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is our pseudo legendary.
And it's adorable.
It is
And
very
it
cute.
is terrifying.
It is a
It's
dragon.
adorably terrifying.
Yes.
This
though,
thing has arguably two of the best abilities you could possibly ask for. Soundproof, which basically means no sound-based attacks can hit it, including the very useful Roar and the almighty is it Aeroblast or Shockwave?
There are several ones that you could be talking about. Hyper Voice will not work. Boosted
Hyper
moves
Voice would
like
work.
that will not work. Boom Burst will not work.
Boom Burst was the one I was thinking of. Boom Burst, yeah.
But basically...
Boom Burst wouldn't work. Hyper Voice wouldn't work, which is very interesting because that means two fairy types, Sylveon and Gardevoir, who rely on Hyper Voice, will not be able to get those super attacks on it.
Right. And due to the fact that they are relying on it constantly, and the fact that those are their primary fairy-type moves, yeah, it could actually stand in the face of these evil fairies.
Alternatively, it can get Bulletproof, which is equally bullshit.
Making it immune to Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, Bullet Seed,
Aura Sphere.
It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And
But it doesn't have as wide of a utility as Soundproof.
True. But that doesn't mean it's not good.
No, I'm not. Of course, it's still good. I'm just saying that there's a very specific, shall we say, advantage with Soundproof because of fairy types who rely on Pixelate with Hyper Voice.
Right. Though, again, there is utility in both.
And this
Right.
basically serves as the counter to that.
Okay. And I am looking forward to seeing what this thing evolves into.
Now, Jangmo-o itself.
Zer0,
you got the description for this thing?
Well, why don't I bring this thing up? Okay.
Let me just. I have it open up in a tab. Let me go down. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Jangmo-o has the pride of a warrior, although it remains humble about its capabilities. In its pursuit to become stronger, it never neglects its training. Because Jangmo-o uses the scales on its head for both offense and defense, it never turns its back on its enemies. Many trainers see this behavior and take it as proof that Jangmo-o is a valiant Pokemon. Jangmo-o gather in harsh locales like canyons where no other Pokemon or people are around to live together as they train.
Now, this does bring something up towards me.
Yeah?
Okay.
Possible secondary typings.
Fighting.
Dragon fighting. That would be a 4 times weakness to fairy, but it would be a dragon type that can punch right through most steel types.
And it would be awesome.
And it would be awesome.
There's also a second possibility.
Aye?
Dragon Steel.
Which would make it the second Pokemon to ever exist outside of Dialga.
To have that typing.
Correct. And already combined with its useful Bulletproof and Soundproof as abilities, we're talking about something that can be incredibly durable. Not to mention, I think with Steel type, does it get fairy resistance?
Yeah, with Steel, doesn't Steel, Steel kind of resists Fairy, right?
It does. It
So
does.
yeah, it would become neutral to Fairy type attacks, with the ones that it couldn't cover that aren't covered by Pixelate.
Right.
It would suffer slight weaknesses to ground and fighting, but it would be immune to Aura Sphere, so yeah, there's some fun stuff that you can do with this, and I'm looking forward to see what they do with it. I just hope that they do something unique with it and don't go for like a cookie cutter thing that's already been done in the past.
Yeah.
Also, Scale is in the shape of a heart.
If it's another Dragon Fairy, oh god.
I don't think it'll be Dragon Fairy, but I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that scale on its head.
It'll be interesting to say the least.
Alright.
I want to name this thing Yosuke.
Yosuke?
Yeah. I don't know. He gives
I want to see what it turns into before I decide that.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
We do have a new Alolan type. We have Alolan Raticate.
Or the fat rat.
Yeah, and we've also confirmed that Raticate is going to be one of the totems.
Yeah, for Moon.
And that's another thing. Moon and Sun have differing totem Pokemon.
And a different story, apparently.
Not a different
Yeah,
story.
12 hours apart.
They're only 12 hours apart. It's not a different story. So not that. Man, I am really being distracted, and so is everyone else.
Well, technically they are, because you don't get the same experience as you would going through Sun. It's kind of like what they did with Black and White 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah, where Black and White 2 takes place after the aftermath of 1.
Well, yeah, but I don't see how that compares to this. Anyway, what's next on our list? I'm not actually looking at this.
We have the Pokemon Snap Lite main game that's appearing.
Do tell, do explain.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what the actual in-game name of it is.
Screw the name, it's Pokemon Snap.
Pokefinder, I think it's called. Yeah, Pokefinder.
It's Pokemon Snap.
It's Pokemon Snap with Facebook likes.
Yeah.
So apparently you can take pictures of Pokemon in the real world by taking a moment to stop, taking out your Pokedex, and you can actually snap pictures of them flying around and doing stuff.
Yeah, so it is Pokemon
And
Snap.
they showed a little Eevee.
Chasing freaking Lillipop.
Apparently, depending on how you take the pictures, you will receive a certain number of likes, and depending on how many likes you get, you might get something out of it.
And that's another thing.
Oh,
This
that'd be
is going to be an online thing.
Maybe.
No, it's
See,
confirmed.
and this proves that if they really wanted to, they could make a brand new Pokemon Snap game.
For the 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're waiting, Nintendo.
Hit one.
Let's see.
See, the big idea we came up with the other night was you have to take a certain amount of pictures in each region to move on to the next region.
Yeah, that was one idea we had. Wasn't it that maybe you had to... I'm sorry, I'm having a really bad day today.
It's okay, dude.
Brain dump!
Yeah. Let's just move on to the next thing.
We have another member of Team Skull announced, Gladion.
And this
Who
guy's
looks like someone
the one.
from JoJo.
No, he looks like something out of Zera's high school life.
Oh, fuck you.
No.
Seriously,
He
like,
looks like a JoJo character
All we
mostly.
need to do is give shave half of his head, give him some torn up edgy clothing, and then just dump salt, and we have Gladion.
Fuck you.
I will say that this guy
What's wrong with my
is
chair there?
doing something. I don't know how to say. Whoops. He's looks like he's got some stuff going for him, and some stuff that is not. For
He
one,
actually looks like if you slap one of the card things on his arm, like he could be from Yu-Gi-Oh!
he very well could be from Yu-Gi-Oh! In spirit.
Give him some skates or skateboard, and he could be from Rocket Power.
Oh my god.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, making fun of his design, but there is something that's interesting about this guy.
Give him a fucking top, and he's a character from Beyblade.
How about his name?
His name is Gladion. Oh my god, there's Dio in his name.
That's not even what I'm freaking out about.
Okay, what are you going on, Legend?
What is his trainer title?
The Enforcer.
Team Skull Enforcer?
Yes. So it's his job to beat down people who aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing within the organization. Which means two things. A, someone in the organization is kind of apprehensive about the whole taking over the world thing. And two,
Well,
this guy is basically the hitman of the team organization.
and apparently, Type Null is his partner, so...
Type Null is his weapon.
Right.
So I am interested in seeing how this guy ends up, and I will go ahead and say, yes, he is absolutely deserving of all the stuff that we're going to make fun of him for.
Maybe we get to get his Pokemon from him after we beat him.
Give him two
That'd be
shotguns. Give him two shotguns and a mask, and he becomes Reaper Jr.
You mean Death Jr.?
He becomes Edgelord Jr.
Alright, next on our list, we, aside from the new Pokemon, we got something else announced.
A second team. We haven't done this as Red and Blue, well, Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah,
Except they're not except it's not Team Pelvics.
No, they're an organization.
They're
Aether Foundation.
They're called the Aether
Yes,
Foundation.
can someone say Evil Corporation?
Can you say
They
Apple?
are.
Hello, Apple. I can see through your thinly veiled disguise.
Even though...
Seriously, like Apple in the Pokemon universe would look exactly like that. Don't lie.
I do not know.
So the Aether Foundation devotes itself to the preservation of Pokemon who have been displaced by Team Skull's wrath.
Yep, and
And they include the ever so fabulous President Lusamine.
who... I'm going to go ahead and say this. Gladion, Lusamine, and Lily all look like they could be related.
Which could
Well,
be a
that would
problem.
explain Gladion dresses the way he does. He's clearly rebelling from his mom.
Yeah, wearing black instead of white.
What screams evil organization to me is one of the guys looks like an evil scientist.
We'll get to him in a second, but before we move on from Gladion and Lusamine possibly being related, that also borrows from your life, Zer0.
Really?
Your relationship with your parents? Come on.
Oh, bite me.
Legend, get some salt and pepper for me.
What?
Oh, do tell why.
Well, he made an offer. I plan on taking him up on it.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to provide the tools for cannibalism. Thank you very much.
also, I'm not a potato.
Well, you do need something to take away all the salt.
Very rare.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
we have the ever so fabulous President Lusamine. We have Austin Powers meets Petrol from Team Rocket in Branch Chief Faba.
Faba.
This dude looks like the Team Rocket admin mixed with Austin Powers.
No, he doesn't look like Austin Powers, you twat.
How do you explain the groovy fashion sense and the buck teeth?
It's just the way that they look.
I swear to you, there needs to be fan art of him just saying, "Oh, behave."
And one of the other things that screams evil organization to me is look what they dress their employees in.
Well, to be fair, I mean...
It looks like a white version of the Team Rocket uniform.
I was going to say, to be fair, at least they look more clean than the Team Skull Grunts.
Also, they have gigantic pockets on their sides that look more like fanny packs for their thighs.
They're
Yeah,
either a
they
Pokemon
look like a
conservation
white
group or
version
evil.
of Team Rocket.
Speaking of thighs, the last character who is listed on the Aether Foundation board is Assistant Thick Wicke.
Thick Wick.
That's pretty much what the entire internet is saying in consensus.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, she's become waifu material. Oh, by the way, a funny thing. Lusamine, if you dye her hair blue and the inside pink, she looks like one of the characters from Panty and Stocking.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my god.
Alright. And in it,
We have a cameo from Dexio Sina from X and Y who give the player a device to capture Zygarde cells.
Well, they had to bring that in the right way somehow.
Right.
Okay, that's gonna be a weird submission of itself, finding parts of Zygarde.
I'm thinking it might be a post-game event where you have to go back and revisit certain areas and capture them.
would be an interesting way to actually traverse the area.
And
Get
it
things
might-
you didn't before.
yeah, it also might give you a good lead up like they did with the Delta episode.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Another thing of note that they show off in the Japanese cutscene at the end is something new that appears. They introduce a new type of creature called Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, they don't call them Pokemon, they call them Ultra Beasts.
And one of them looks suspiciously like a certain character we already know.
Yeah, her name is Lily, and
No. The character that the Ultra Beast looks like is Lily.
yeah,
The Ultra Beast itself is called UB01.
yeah, which is another weird name.
Well, that one, that I can explain that one, and that's sort of like a alien classification. Think like how they classify SCP for SCP entities in the SCP sites.
Where they have a specific word designation, but maybe they also have a code name.
Yeah, so like this one is just UBE01. We might get a name future down the line in terms of what we call this thing.
Yeah.
And people have been saying that UB01 is either Lily herself or is the Pokemon Lily keeps in her bag.
Which could be, although it also has been shown to appear from a weird wormhole. And actually, I saw someone compare it to the way a villain appears in the latest Digimon game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, we're just stealing ideas all over the place?
Pretty much.
Oh, good. It's going to be a running theme. Alright. So yeah, the Ultra Beast, also, considering that it's Ultra Beast plural, we might get more down the line.
Well, of course, because it's UB01, which means there's at least possibly 10. So, let me go ahead and pull...
Especially since it's 0-1. That's the important designation.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up... Okay, here's the description for UB01. Okay. They are not known... they are known, but they possess power that can pose a threat to humans and Pokemon. UB01's body is composed of a glass-like substance that, however, it's constantly changing shapes, never settling on one shape. While evidence of something like a survival instinct can be found within while something can be seen as a survival instinct, it is unknown whether it has a will of its own or any emotions. It is said that for some reason its movements resemble those of a young girl, which is why people are comparing it to Lily.
Yeah, so Ultra Beasts, especially because they're not being designated as Pokemon, are going to be very interesting to see what kind of effect they have.
Yeah. And technically, we kind of just glossed over Alolan Raticate.
Okay, so Alolan Raticate looks like the Godfather.
It's a chubby puff.
Yeah.
It looks like a Raticate that played the Chubby Cheeks game and then got stuck way. He's a dark normal Pokemon with Gluttony and Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And he is adorable.
By the way,
he's not.
By the way, he has SCAB Crunch and Bite now,
which is fantastic.
SCAB Pursuit.
Yes. I'm not a big fan of the abilities, but
we also got the appearance of a new NPC whom we all was a little confused by initially. Samson Oak makes an appearance in the Pokemon games for the first time.
Samson Oak being
Professor Samuel Oak's cousin.
Yep, his Alolan cousin. And
who has an incredible tan and has most of his hair still.
Yeah.
Telling you, cop out.
Must be the coconut milk. It's good for you.
Put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. Put the lime in the coconut and drink them both together.
All right.
Lastly, I think Alolans are obsessed with pancakes now because of this last little bonus thing. For anyone who pre-orders the game in the U.S., the versions of Sun and Moon are going to come out with a bonus Munchlax that comes with a Z gem attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
When it evolves into Snorlax, it can use the special Z move, Pulverizing Pancake.
Yes!
This move looks phenomenal.
It's magical.
It is the most glorious thing to ever come out of Pokemon ever, and has sold me on the Z moves.
And I love how the gaze has turned into a meme already.
Oh yeah, it is a meme in itself.
The way the Snorlax awakens.
For those of you who haven't seen the video, Snorlax when the Z move activates, his eyes light up. He kips up onto his feet, runs arms flailing towards the opponent,
and then proceeds to do the Hiroshima dive bomb of all time.
Yes, exactly.
And not to mention, Alolan Raichu has his own special Z move.
Oh, yes, he does.
Stoke Spark Surfer!
Dude.
Wow, Zero. I never thought you would sound so...
fanboyish?
Yes. What do you guys think of this Muzi Akari?
I want to see how much... I have no words, because when I saw the clip of this, it was just like, okay, whoever has this Snorlax is going to be screwed over, is going to screw a lot of people over. Depends on how much damage it can do.
Well,
considering I have the games pre-ordered, This should be fun.
It's going to be a lot. I'm gonna say it's got to be a lot.
Oh.
What's going to be funny is watching each of the different Pokemon get squished.
Split. I'm now picturing.
Like you could.
Flop.
I'm reminded of this one picture of Pikachu looking up in abject horror as the shadow of a Wailord and hovers over it, and the words "Wailord used body slam" run through the text box.
Yeah, Wailord used body slam on a Skitty.
Oh, that poor Skitty.
No, I'm pretty sure he's thinking of a different type of body slam with that.
The meme still lives on. Alright, let's get into the actual news.
What do you mean, actual news?
First off, what is wrong with you, France?
French education minister wants to ban rare Pokemon appearing at schools. Fuck you, sir.
Come on! If you had rare Pokemon appearing at... Well, actually, I can sort of see where he's coming from. You would basically...
Yeah, when you read the entire thing, it's a legitimate reason as to why, because they don't want strange people wandering onto the property.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's more of like a security concern than it is to keep the kids from playing the game.
Right. But it is rather interesting. But it does come out that way. Like, I don't want no Pokemons on my schools.
Well, he doesn't want the rare ones there. And he also kind of... I can sort of see, again, you don't want people to just be wandering onto your campus. Especially with all the shenanigans going on nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, and they're taking the right direction, and they're actually going and talking to Niantic. They're not just saying, you have to do this, and then leaving it at that, you know?
Or trying to... or trying to legislate the law on their own, like in New York.
Yeah. They're actually going and sitting down with them and going, this is why we'd like this. Can you please accommodate this? Because it's not like they're totally saying, no, there can't be Pokemon. They just don't want rare ones there so strange people don't wander on where there's kids, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we also have another news story. Akari, you want to take this one?
Go for it.
Okay. What's this say? Recently, Samsung has been getting a lot of backfire recently, and I do mean literally. It turns out their latest model phone, the Galaxy Note 7, has been suffering from exploding batteries.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
And it gets worse. One got left out in a customer's car, and moments later, the car caught on fire.
Moments later?
Yeah.
Moments
later, exploded, and the car caught on fire.
I would pause for a second. Have you guys ever seen a lithium-ion battery explode?
Yes, unfortunately.
I have. Yes. Legend, I don't think he has, but basically, it literally explodes. It's what you have in your hand right there. Your phone is a bomb.
It is a heat-based grenade.
You smash that battery. You stab it with a knife.
Well, I'm not going to be trying to stab my lovely little iPhone with a knife.
But if it overheats, it is going to explode.
Oh yes.
And since then, Samsung's actually been recalling. Everyone's like, okay, if you want, you can send we can refund you. We can get you a different phone, or we can get you a gift card, or whatever, or a credit, or whatever.
But please don't sue us because our phones explode.
They have a choice. Like he said, unless they want to get sued for their phone exploding, you know.
Right.
And they're telling people, saying, turn off your phones. Do not use them.
Yeah, pretty much, because...
No, I thought I'd use that phone to contact you.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm an iPhone user.
I'm sure that when Samsung wanted their phones to go off with a bang, that wasn't what they were aiming for.
Although you mentioned Apple iPhones, we'll get to that in a moment. But
yeah, we will.
I got something to say about that.
We will. Anyway, Pokemon Go.
More Pokemon Go.
So Pokemon Go, Muzi, you said that they actually started releasing the buddy system in limited amounts?
Yeah, apparently it's a slow rollout, and so, which makes sense because of how many freaking countries there are. I think they're starting with us, though.
Right. Why don't you go ahead? Do they have it for you guys already? Can you explain what
not
buddy
yet.
system is?
Not yet. I've
No, not
checked,
yet.
but what it essentially seems to be, from what they've come out and told us, is that you can pick one of your Pokemon as your buddy. And I'm assuming you can change this whenever you want to, but this Pokemon will walk with you. I don't know if it shows on the screen like when you're, walking around, but it'll show in your profile, and you can earn candies, and there's possibly other rewards that they haven't told us yet, so they're probably keeping that until the actual update. But this is going to allow people that, like us, we have trouble with fire Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
We could, if we already have one, like we've hatched one, we could put that as our buddy and earn candies to actually evolve that. So it's not limiting us anymore as to whether we can actually eventually evolve those Pokemon or not.
Very much so, yes. And
This
I'm
will actually
for
help
it.
a lot of rural players as well who have hatched a bunch of eggs and they don't have a lot of Pokemon near them. So they could just go ahead and put one of them as their buddy and walk around and get candies for it.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Also, Pokemon Go Plus is going to launch next week.
About
Ooh.
freaking time.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in June.
3 months, a little too late, huh, guys?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the entire everyone's getting kind of tired of Pokemon Go.
Well,
Yeah. So the Pokemon Go Plus is a device that can be worn as a pin or on your wrist that allows you to go ahead and play the game without needing your phone out. Or it's supposed to be compatible with it.
I still have fun playing it because most of the time when I'm playing it with somebody.
Yeah, social game.
Yeah.
They also have compatibility for Pokemon Go on the Apple Watch, if you're that trendy.
That'd actually be pretty cool. I'm thinking about getting an Apple Watch in the future, but not right now.
Speaking of Apple, let's get to the Apple press conference. Apple unveils the iPhone 7 and confirms the removal of the audio jack.
Fuck!
Bullshit!
The salt. The salt
Okay.
is glorious.
Okay. What do we have to say about
I like Nash's point to this. He's saying that their excuse is they want to bring better sound by removing it and using the Bluetooth. He's like, but the audio jack technically brings you clearer sound and uninterrupted sound.
Without worrying about
the
batteries.
Bluetooth signal can be spotty, can be interrupted. There's all kinds of issues that could happen with a Bluetooth signal.
Plus you can lose those freaking earbuds easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shared somebody's tweet that said, those, little earbuds with the cord, and they constantly fall out, and the only thing that saves them is the cord. Yeah, we're taking away the cord.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Oh, also, if you guys want to listen to, you can't listen. Apparently, something about you can't listen to your iPod while it's charging.
That's it. I'm done.
Yep.
Zer0 Legend. What do you guys think of this change in design?
I'm on the fence. I am a major Mac enthusiast, and I always have had great faith, for a good reason.
I'm sorry.
For good reason, for believing in Mac stuff. That said, if they do go through with poor design choices, then yeah, I am going to have to ask them to step around a little bit.
Also, the AirPods cost $160 if you lose.
Hell no!
I think both Zer0 and myself have just gotten major Bloodborners.
Oh, God. So, I was fighting Lady Marie of the Astral Clock Tower.
And?
I got her down to...
The last 2 pixels of her life bar.
And she
died.
killed you.
I got cocky. I got fucking cocky.
I'm still thinking that by the next version of the phone, there will have been such a giant backlash about the removal of the audio jack that they'll be like, oh, well, we're improving it again by adding this feature back in, and then they're going to add something else to that.
Well,
to make it look like they've learned something.
I have a comment about that, actually, because I don't know if you guys remember, Nintendo made the same mistake once, too.
Oh, yes. I totally remember. I still have mine.
The Nintendo Advance SP Zer0 Legend occurred. You guys remember that?
Yep, still have mine.
Does not have an audio out. What do you have to use instead? You have to use a special adapter to fit in headphones into your charger port.
Yeah, that's fucking asinine.
So basically, they're ripping off Nintendo.
And almost no one had one because nobody wanted to bother with it.
Right, so let's just say that history is repeating itself and Apple is not paying attention.
And the funniest part is Nintendo learned their lesson, and since then, there's been a jack.
Yeah?
Every single fucking thing.
Even in the Nintendo Micro.
So that's why I'm saying, eventually Apple's gonna, realize what a shitstorm they've created.
But hey,
and how much money they're most likely going to lose on those earbuds.
Oh. Hey, at least
They're
it's
gonna
not
lose
as
a
bad
shit
as
ton
something
of
with
money on
Samsung.
that, because people are going to be like, no, I don't want to lose my headphones, and then have to pay over $100 to get new ones. So they'll either release like a special version of the iPhone 7 that has an audio jack and some sort of special feature with it, or they'll wait until the iPhone 8 and then they'll put the audio jack back in.
Knowing them, they'll probably end with it in the next 6 months.
Probably.
Because the problem I have, don't get me wrong, like Legend, I am a huge Mac Apple fan. But they keep constantly, every year, releasing a new model phone. It's like, yay, I got a new phone, and then a day later they're announcing a new one that comes out within next week. I'm like, really?
I don't even go near the new ones for at least a year and a half.
It's like, slow down, Apple, slow down.
That's only if my old phone is starting to show its age.
So far, mine has not.
My 5 was. That's why we, my 5S was. That's why we moved up to the 6S.
The 6S is awesome. And that's it.
I don't think I'll be happy to trade my phone out.
What do you have, Legend?
I believe I have the 4S?
Oh my god, that's old school.
Wow,
Maybe?
you have like one of the...
No, I think I have the 6. I don't even know. I am an Apple fan, but I just am happy to use whatever works.
That's why
I like my 6, because it works.
That's why I have a LG slide phone, because that just works. But anyway, enough phone talk. Speaking of phone talk, Apple boasts that
Enough phone talk,
the
but speaking
iPhone
of phone
7
talk.
will be able to support console-level gaming.
Bullshit.
Oh.
So what do you guys think? Do you think that Apple is going to make anyone nervous?
Bullshit.
Depends on how they do it.
Apparently they're going to use a new chip called the A10 Fusion to be able to go ahead and run games at a higher speed and better performance. Among the games they said confirmed would be F1 2016. And they showed a game called Oz Broken Kingdom to show off the capacity.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Well, and see, that would be a whole nother reason to have an audio jack.
For the game.
Yes!
Yep.
Not very clear on the idea, are they?
No, they're not.
Alright.
I'm still bitter.
Yeah. Well, everyone, put your butts in your seat and pay attention, because we are about to see history being made.
Do tell.
Well,
Mario makes his mobile game debut.
The iPhone 7. He
On
comes.
the iPhone 7, you get to play Super Mario Run.
Yep.
Actually, it's just iOS, period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
don't have to have a 7 to play it.
it's really interesting, but at the same time, I do not give a fuck.
Well, see, here's the thing. Rolling Stone did an article about this, and they're basically saying, look, Nintendo knows that it already has a hardcore gaming audience. It doesn't need to appeal to us anymore. What it wants to appeal to is the casual gamer. And so they appeal to the casual gamers with these iPhone games. And then once they have you hooked, then they transition into the main market.
So they're a drug dealer.
In a sense, yes. This is the light version. Once you're hooked, then they sell you all the main stock.
This might be an iOS game I actually would not mind getting.
I'm interested.
I don't play a lot of phone
The update
games.
to the story also says it's not an iOS exclusive, but you'll also be available to iPhone and iPad owners. So
It'll be interesting to say the least.
I
Okay,
might
so-
play it on an iPad if I had one, because the screen is better for something like that.
Zer0 Legend, could you see your parents potentially buying this thing and playing with it in their spare time?
Yes. If there's anyone who's a bigger dork about Apple stuff and Nintendo stuff, I think it would actually be my folks.
Really?
They beat The Legend of Zelda before I did.
Well, good to know that.
They were the ones who got me into gaming. I was raised by gamers.
Sounds like with my folks, because my mom and dad did the same thing. It says my mom was the one who did the map, and my dad was the one who did the gaming.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was with my folks.
Yes!
Good
Oh my
Lord.
god. Okay, so what's next on the list?
PlayStation 4 releases the PS Pro and the PS Slim.
God damn it!
I'm so sorry right now.
All right, so let's break this down. So, Sony was working on the PS4 Neo, which was going to be their updated model. And so what they did they decided to go ahead and release a new system called the PlayStation 4 Pro. It's going to boast a faster processor, 4K streaming, and it's going to let you be able to play games at a steady 60 frames per second at 1080p.
Which is bad.
It's going to have
It has the 1 freaking terabyte hard drive that everybody wants.
Right.
It's like,
1 terabyte hard drive. It's going to be able to process things incredibly well. Additionally, if you don't need the PS4, you can also get the PS Slim, which is a lighter but more cost-efficient model.
Which I have been
on the
waiting
PlayStation.
for, but unfortunately, it never flew.
Sony, why must you do this to us?
It's going to be a 500 gigabyte model that's going to come out to about $300. The PlayStation Pro is going to be about $400, I believe.
Oh god. Sony, stop it.
And speaking of Sony, this I found out really recently. Apparently Bethesda reported yesterday that they will not be able to do mod support for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition on the PS4.
Yeah, I kind of figured they weren't going to.
Well, here's the thing. The issue is not with the content. Apparently, they've had the workshop market up on Microsoft, and none of the nudie mods and none of the sex mods are on there. So it's not a content issue. Apparently, the concerns are mechanical.
Really?
Huh.
In terms of the infrastructure of setting up mods and doing it with PlayStation 4. Apparently, that's the concern. That was the concern.
Oh, the modding that's doing on the PS4. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did kind of figure that would be the case. After I heard the explanations, yeah, it's not going to be all that's cracked up to be, and not every mod is going to be available. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, that was going to be the same thing on the Xboner. But apparently, it had to do with how they were setting up the workshop and everything. So, no idea. That's been canned. So, if you don't have an Xbone, you're gonna have to resort to a PC if you want to be able to mod Fallout 4 to your heart's content in Skyrim Special Edition.
Excuse me while I know. No.
You have to put more feeling into it there, Legend.
No.
Much better.
An emotion other than numbing indifference.
No.
Now say it as if you were a roguish 1920s barbershop singer.
No, say it as if you're Zer0 and someone has taken your pancakes.
No.
There you go.
You guys are mean.
How was that Zer0 on the impression scale?
You guys are assholes.
I'll take that as a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 much pancakes.
Oh, god dang it.
Even mentioning the loss of pancakes. Bad juju.
Well, the PS4 is strutting about. Xbox Project Scorpio is saying that it will outflop the Sony Pro. The PS4 Pro.
Wait, what?
Okay, I need to explain this because apparently it's an actual term. Apparently, the Xbox Scorpio, which is going to be coming out, is going to boast 6 teraflops.
Okay.
Which essentially is a reference to floating point operations per second, which basically is supposed to describe how fast a computer can work.
All I'm hearing is gobbledygook.
In short, it's going to be a very powerful processor.
It's basically like horsepower for cars.
Okay. So is it good or not?
It's supposed to be good, but they haven't actually produced a product yet. All Microsoft has said is we're going to be able to outflop Sony.
Like, we could do better than them. Meanwhile, Sony's going...
Allegedly, the PlayStation 4 Neo, the PlayStation 4 Pro, runs at 4.2 teraflops per teraflops. The Xbox One Scorpio is going to run at 6 teraflops. So significantly faster, allegedly. Allegedly.
What gets me is for once they're learning, and they didn't see something from Sony and go, oh shit, we have to get ours out now!
I would like to see Microsoft come up with games. Good games.
Hardware is nice and all, but they haven't come up with a single decent game that's basically one of
That
these...
isn't a first-person shooter.
That isn't a first-person shooter that
or something that's cross-platform that I could play on something that is better and much more friendly to me.
Yeah, and doesn't seem like it wants to stalk me half the time.
Yep. Alright. We got a little bit of VR news. We have Space Channel 5 coming to VR.
Space Channel 5? Isn't that one weird dance game?
Space Michael Jackson, yes.
Space Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Well, I always knew MJ was an alien.
I don't know. I think Sicario.
If you watch the Men in Black movies.
Well, there's also the Robot Chicken sketch, so you're not half wrong.
I like the Men in Black movie because, I could be Agent M.
I could be Agent M.
You know what? It's not that far. The voice in the game is not that far off from Legend's impression. Because it does feature Michael Jackson post melanin deficiency.
Huh.
So it does look a little bit more odd to the eye.
Ooh. You know,
Especially when
Michael
when
Jackson
he's
is already a walking uncanny valley. We did not need to put that in a video game.
Especially when he's juking and jiving and grooving in this dancing game. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and skip around a little bit because we got some indie news coming up.
Alrighty.
First off, we're gonna go over Death's Gambit.
Desk Gambit?
Death's Gambit.
Oh, Death's Gambit. Okay.
Yes.
So what are we looking at?
We are looking at Dark Souls meets Metroid.
Dark Souls.
But
meets-
Dark Souls is a Metroidvania type game.
But with the 2D platforming and style of a Metroid game.
Huh.
That was the first.
So we're looking at a sci-fi version of Dark Souls, essentially?
No. It is 2D. It's a 2D platformer that has pixel art, but it's still Dark Souls like.
Okay.
So Salt and Sanctuary again.
No, but it's also Sanctuary with better graphics. How about that?
Okay.
Interesting.
It's being developed by White Rabbit and sponsored by Adult Swim Games.
Wait, Adult Swim Games?
They're being published by Adult Swim Games.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
I must say, after seeing the trailer, I am actually quite interested and impressed.
It also has like a couple of sequences that appear straight out of a Shadows of Colossus 2D demake.
Huh.
Oh.
So it's very interesting. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. It's initially going to come out for the place. It's going to come out initially for the PC and then hopefully expand onto consoles. Yeah, so look forward to that. They don't have a release date or a greenlight or Kickstarter date, but I will keep updating us on that story as we get more info.
Alrighty.
Next, Friday the 13th, the game, is soon to launch next month. And
Yes!
the trailers look gory.
Trailers
Yes!
look gory?
Yeah, like this is probably the closest thing we're going to get to a true Friday the 13th video game.
I will say I backed this game, and from seeing everything they did with E3, the trailers and the betas and everything, this totally makes up for that stupid NES game from way back in the NES days.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to
Doesn't have
either.
to go far to make up for that.
Ugh.
And
I'm just looking at a couple of the kills, and like, it looks it's gory, but it's not the over stylized Mortal Kombat style gory where they show you the close-ups of everything. It's just visceral.
Oh yes!
Oh god,
I am looking forward to playing as Jason.
oh god, that's brutal.
Sorry for someone who is a diehard Friday the 13th fan. I mean, yes, I know these movies are corny as fuck, but that's the intention.
You can also play as Jason in any of his incarnations, be it hockey mask, bag on head, or decomposed hell beast.
Oh yes.
So whichever Jason style suits you the most. The one where he just grabs the victim's head and just smushes it into the wall. God, that's gory.
Yes. True Friday the 13th style. I love it.
Again, the game comes out next month. Please enjoy it when it does.
Oh, I think I'm gonna get my copy mailed in.
We have EpiPen Tycoon.
Really, EpiPen?
Yes. Political satire house GOP Arcade has launched this game where you play as Heather Bresich, who is the CEO of Mylan Pharmaceuticals.
Oh God.
Really?
Yep. So if you want to go ahead and play that scenario from her shoes, go right ahead.
Oh God. I don't know what to say about this.
Lastly, on our video game indie trip, we have this little masterpiece, which was announced a couple of days ago, but how it's still up, I don't know.
And that would be?
Android Hunter A.
Oh, that!
Yeah.
Isn't that the one? That one is the one with the character who is very much like Mega Man, but is not Mega Man, but it might as well be Mega Man, but the Mega Man already has the thing called copyright.
Yeah, it looks like classic Mega Man style, with Mega Man X story, and PS2 era Mega Man graphics and speed.
Really?
Yeah, some of the UI elements even look very similar to the later Mega Man games. So it's very interesting that this game, which has so much in common with the Mega Man games, has not gotten a cease and desist from Konami or Inti Creates yet.
Ooh.
Well.
But it's got to be better than Mighty Number 9.
It might as well be Mighty Number 9.
Well, they barely came out with an alpha demo showing off their idea.
And it looks exactly like Mighty Number 9.
They are trying to go ahead and get onto Steam Greenlight, but it's clearly still a work in progress.
Again, it looks exactly like Mighty Number 9.
And that's only if Capcom or Inti Creates does not put a cease and desist for this thing. Because boy howdy does it look like a Mega Man game.
At least they're being smart enough not to use the same sprites and everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not so sure about that because some of the the stage ready.
Well, not the exact same
I know, but
full-on replica with alternate color.
I know, but some of them do. That's the thing, and Matt Pat did a movie about a video about this a little while ago about copyright with video games, and so I don't know how that would work out. I'm not saying that it would, or how it would, but I'm saying that it'd be interesting to see how it would work out, especially when you have potentially two people who could say that that content belongs to them, with Capcom actually can't remember his name, crud. With Inti Creates creator Kenichi, Keiji Inafune, sorry. With Inti Creates head Keiji Inafune actually being the guy who made Mega Man. I would be interested in seeing how that plays out in court. Lastly, before we get into Nintendo Direct news, you can get your Undertale soundtrack on vinyl now.
Undertale soundtrack on vinyl. Fucking Christ.
I would not mind hearing that.
So you can be hipster as hell while listening to Mettaton's boss theme.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
guilty of that because I am a vinyl collector.
If you ordered this thing before September 5th, you also got a bonus 7-inch LP of the Annoying Dog song.
Oh God.
I love the Annoying Dog song. I gotta say the cover of it looks pretty good, and the vinyl, wow, it actually looks pretty good.
So for the hipster dino inside of all of us, you can go ahead and get a vinyl set of Undertale's music.
I might consider.
All right. Last thing on the list is the Nintendo Direct, and I actually didn't watch this, so Zer, I hope you did.
I did watch the Nintendo Direct.
Same here.
I watched it too.
All right, then you guys can lead this one because I actually didn't see it because the only thing that was of interest to me was one story on here and the Pokemon news.
Okay, so first off, we got a whole bunch of Mii Plaza fixes. Who gives a fuck? Apparently,
some of the mini games look interesting, but
you can have 100
really
people on the mini games, and and they've added more games. They're trying to make Mii Plaza more interesting, and honestly, I don't give a crap.
Well, and they're making it so you can bring more people into your Mii Plaza. Yeah.
So instead of having to reload it 10 times because you passed by 100 people, you can just unload all 100 at once.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Alright, other than that, they announced Mario Sports Superstars for the 3DS, which involves soccer, baseball, tennis, something else, and horse racing of all things.
Golf.
How equestrian?
I don't know, because the only thing
I missed the GameCube Mario Golf. That was actually fun.
Oh, right, it has golf as well.
I better go back to Wii Sports. And oh god, the next one,
shoot it, burn it.
I'm sorry.
Pikmin for 3DS.
Pikmin for the 3DS. I do not approve because I don't like Pikmin.
Well, I love Pikmin, but this is a break from tradition, as the biggest break in tradition as I've ever seen Nintendo go for. And I've seen Nintendo do some weird stuff.
And lately they've been doing a lot of weird stuff for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. Though, I think, I do appreciate Nintendo's pushes to innovate. I greatly appreciate that. I just hope that they pull it off. Think about it. Wind Waker was a boating simulator.
Pretty much, but it was still a Zelda game at its core.
And it was golden.
However, what I've seen for the latest Pikmin game, it's basically get to the goal. Get to the goal. Like every other Mario game out there.
Pretty much.
And I'm kind of sick and tired of those games. It's basically Nintendo's bread and butter, and I'm fucking sick and tired of it.
Well, fans have been begging for them to change the formula a bit for Pikmin, and then they saw this, they outraged. It's like, really, people? You asked for something different.
Yeah,
now
people
you're
don't know
saying,
what they want.
No.
People don't know what they want. They want something different, but sometimes what they get is not what they asked for.
People need to make up their flippin' minds.
You know, it's because of those kinds of fans that the Sonic franchise is actually doing so poorly.
Yeah.
No, it's dead.
Yeah.
Well, Sonic Mania.
Maybe.
Sonic Mania.
Okay, next game. This one, I might be interested in getting when it comes out. Ever Oasis.
Yeah, I wasn't really all that interested in it.
Why don't you guys describe it? What is
It looks
this
okay,
thing?
but
It's basically you're building your own oasis paradise. You're finding resources, trying to get people to come to your town and do stuff. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, but with dungeons.
That actually sounds pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Animal Crossing mixed with Zelda.
Animal Crossing.
no, that makes it sound cooler than it is.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on this, but I will say I want this to be good, if only because it means we get a new franchise, new IP. So I want this to be good so that way we can have an expansion of new ideas out there.
Yeah, it's a new IP.
No, see, the next one ticks me off for only one reason. They can
Which one?
put Wii games on the Wii U shop, and they can put Super Nintendo and N64 stuff up. Where are
But,
the GameCube games?
like Paper
So yes,
Mario and the
Skyward Sword
Thousand
is
Year
going to be
Door.
on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Not happening. They ain't doing it.
You know, it's just occurred to me. I think they don't want to release Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door onto the Wii shop because it would remind everyone of what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
What? I was saying, what's their problem with GameCube games?
Yeah, but it would be their last shot at, milking any major money from the franchise.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet they'll be doing an HD remake for the Wii U like they have with every other Zelda game.
Yeah. I believe Yoshi's Woolly World also is going to get a release on the 3DS as well.
Yes, and it is adorable. And you get Poochie. And so you can pre-order a copy of the game by itself, but you can also pre-order a copy of the game, I think it's just like $10 more or something like that comes with a Poochie amiibo.
It's so cute!
And it's adorable.
The next story is the only other story that I cared about, and it made me very sad.
And,
I know!
right?
I wanted this one too.
Dragon Quest 8 delayed into next year.
I used to have the PS2 copy, and I don't know where it went.
Zer0 and I both have PS2 copies.
My copy has disappeared.
I really wouldn't know because I really could not. Never played a Dragon Quest game. And I can't
Okay,
really get it.
Akari?
Like,
This is the Dragon Quest 8, or this is the Dragon Quest series, what 7 was to Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
This was their magnum opus.
And admittedly, it does have even though I didn't grow up with the game, it immediately carved a little niche in my heart due to its laid-back opening atmosphere and delightful music and characters.
yeah, but honestly, I can't really find interest in it.
And that's fine. There's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
And this release was for when? For which platform exactly?
3DS. It was going to come out on 3DS, and I believe it was going to be the updated version.
Yup.
I'm trying to look it up to see what changes they made for it. Because I know that one of the main changes was that Red was going to be a playable character.
That is cool. It really is cool.
No, we're fine.
Oh,
We're fine.
well, let's see.
Yeah, that was one character that I always wanted to see playable. The moment I saw her and the moment I heard her speak, you know what? I wanted her as a party member.
Okay. I found it. Okay, so apparently, in addition to new content that's gonna explain Dual Magus' backstory, it's also gonna include Red as a playable character and Mori.
Oh God, Mori!
We mentioned this before, haven't we?
Yes, but I still have to freak out about it. How would he play? What would he do?
And I hope it's not like a temporary character thing. Like, let us keep
They're
them...
not advertising it as such. They're saying that they're going to be full party companions.
Oh, that is glorious.
Apparently, he's going to have the ability to summon monsters to do the fighting for him.
Oh, God.
Oh, but not now.
Which would be fantastic.
Oh God, I think the next thing maybe is probably the one thing I squeaked the most over.
Go for it.
New Legend of Zelda amiibos coming this December. We get 4 new amiibos. We got the original Link, 8-bit Link from the first game,
Oh God.
Adult Link from Ocarina of Time, and
All right.
Toon Link and Toon Zelda from Wind Waker. I want the Ocarina of Time Link.
Awesome.
And
For
what are their
those-
effects?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Legend.
What are their effects?
They're going to be compatible with the,
Well, I know the Wind Waker ones are supposed to function just like Link and Zelda.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like-
that I remember.
Okay.
Oh, did we mention about new characters for Hyrule Warriors 3D?
Like
Yeah, they're going to be
who?
compatible with
Train
Hyrule
Link.
Warriors Legends.
No, but there are two Toon Link and Toon Zelda are going to be on Hyrule Warriors.
But
Yes,
it's the
and
ones
I
from
think-
Spirit Tracks and Phantom
Oh,
Hourglass.
Spirit Tracks. Link.
Yes.
And I think Zelda has she possesses an
She possesses
armor.
one of the Phantoms.
She possesses a phantom, and she's able to fight via possession, and it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
It is pretty cool.
We got one more on here. We're getting, for those who love Mario Maker, here's Mario Maker on the go on the 3DS.
But it's complete and utter shit.
Well,
You can't share any of the
One thing,
games.
it's portable.
You can't share any of
You
the games.
still have access to the 100 Mario challenge.
Yeah.
Fully, but you can't share the games.
You can't share the game. Well, the only way you can share games is Street Pass.
And you can't search for people.
You can't search for people. So basically, they've cut out nearly all of the internet function in exchange for Street Pass. So I'm like, yeah, not interested. Fuck you.
Wait, hey, dude, Zero, you gotta admit, there were gonna be limitations from the beginning.
I
There's
realize.
only certain things that the 3DS can do.
Yeah, but seriously, it's just, it's not good.
Not good, he says.
Anyway, that's all we have left
What's coming
on
on the
the
What's
list.
coming on the channel, Zero?
What is going on the channel?
Okay, so going on the channel, we still have Dark Cloud 2 is now being uploaded every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Aye.
The next Divide by Zero, I still haven't finished the script yet because I was a lazy fuck. But I'm getting close to working on it. I'll start looking for video footage and stuff. And yeah, I think I'll try to get that out by the end of the month. Other than that, I actually would like people's opinions on what they would like to see more Divide by Zeros on.
Opinionate, and we shall defecate all over it.
Share your salt.
Oh, God.
Poor choice of words there's Legend.
No, it was an intentional choice of words.
You are
Still
horrible.
terrible choice of words. Terrible
Find
choice.
something for us to shit on.
Still.
No. No.
Pour out the salt.
Alright. This has been Leo Force.
This has been Death Zero.
This has been Akari.
And this has been Legend Hunter.
Hey, you cut off Moosey.
Oh, shoot, my apologies. Shoot! Moosey! Quick, cover me, go, go, go! I can't count!
Alright. This is everybody signing out. Later, guys.
Ciao.